the past several months, a powerful corporation called Dominion Resources has been telling Marylanders that we can light something else on fire, something new, something called frack gas, and that it will be good for the public and good for the environment. That is what Dominion is telling the Public Service Commission today. Dominion wants to build a massive industrial facility at a place called Cove Point in southern Maryland to systematically collect, process, liquefy, and export to faraway Asia a huge quantity of gas taken from hydraulic fracturing drilling sites all across our region. Now, to truly understand the full-blown public health emergency that could come as a result of this, you have to just know one number. Here's the number you have to know: 19. That's how many Maryland counties, 19 out of 23, that have recently been mapped and found to have gas basins below their surface. Every one of those 19 counties, including Montgomery County, Anne Arundel County, Prince George's, and others, every one of them could get fracked. And with all the attendant problems of flammable tap water and deforestation, etc., thanks directly or indirectly to Cove Point. That is why our whole state is under attack from this, and we're going to stop it. Am I right? So we're here today to tell the Maryland Public Service Commission to serve the public by rejecting this radical Cove Point plan.
The conservative Pennsylvania Supreme Court has just ruled that it is the people's right to pure water, clean air, and a healthy environment. Rights given to us by law. These are not rights given to us by government, but according to the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, these are inherent and indefeasible rights of present generations and the future generations to come. And as such, these are the rights that are to be protected by our laws and by our governments. And we know that these rights cannot be honored if shale drilling and fracking are allowed to continue. And they cannot be honored if Cove Point exports are allowed to happen. LNG exports at Cove Point means more drilling and more fracking everywhere it can happen. And we have heard from communities already today devastated and divided from drilling. We have with us here today communities from New York who are fighting not to have to live that same experience. We have communities from Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, and Delaware who are fighting desperately to protect their towns, their natural lands, their streams, their rivers, their wetlands from the gas pipelines that are cutting a devastating path in order to serve the drilling companies and the LNG export companies that are here now and are attempting to break through into new communities like here in Maryland. Now, there are many politicians and public officials who think it's okay to devastate our environment and to devastate our communities as long as they can claim they're going to give us a few jobs and some profits out of it. What good is a job if you don't have clean water to drink, quality air to breathe, and a healthy body to sustain you through your life? In the Delaware River Watershed, we have a moratorium against shale gas development. And as a result, we have $22 billion and hundreds of thousands of jobs that are generated every year by our clean and healthy Delaware River. These are jobs that could be harmed or lost if drilling increases because of LNG exports, if Cove Point is allowed to happen. Also harmed would be the water supply of 17 million people who rely upon the Delaware River for drinking water. Cove Point means more devastation for communities in Maryland and far beyond. We are all connected, and that is why we are all here from throughout the region, from throughout the nation, to stand together to say no Cove Point.
How many of you have heard of Pennsylvania. Well, unfortunately, you probably heard about it because several families lost their water supply to fracking. The company responsible replaced their water for 3 years and then stopped. So the people there still don't have water and they're left to their own devices to replace it. The company responsible was required to close 3 wells to the tune of over $700,000 apiece. The company responsible was prohibited from doing more drilling in Dimick, but not anywhere else in the state. That company has 463 wells in Pennsylvania and 449 permit violations. They're a bad actor. That same company put out a press release on December 13th boasting about their production rates in Pennsylvania, but that's not why they put out their press release. They put out the release because they were talking about the deal that company, Cabot Oil and Gas, had struck with Sumitomo to send an ongoing supply of natural gas to Cove Point and then on to Japan.
We're bringing current today. And today, with our windmills raised and our fish raised, today we stand here to end Dr. King's speech, and we say, fossil free at last. Fossil free at last. Thank God Almighty. We will be fossil free at last. I believe that we will win. 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 Stop Cove Point. 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 Stop Cove